everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. I hope that you are all well. Welcome back, and if you are new, thanks so much for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. Today I am going to be doing my last book haul of 2022, and as usual I am going to start with books that I received from either the publishers or the authors. And I received two books from the University of Calgary Press and ZG Stories, and both of them are from their series called Brave and Brilliant. So first up is Refugia by Patrick Horner, who is a Canadian author now living in Denmark. And this is a poetry book written in prose to tell a story about two biologists, Emily and Roland. And they go on a field expedition to some isolated islands where new flora and fauna are being grown. And the island and the environment begins to change them too. So this is a really quick read. It's only about 125 to 130 pages. And I'm interested in how it's going to use different elements. It uses things like letters and field notes and scientific data, and of course poetry to tell this story. The next book from UFC is a graphic novel, 5 Stalks of Green by Adrian Lysenko, and it's illustrated by Ivanka, Theodosia, Galadza. And this is a very timely book. It's about the famine in the Ukraine in 1932. The title comes from the fact that people were punished if they kept even 5 stalks of grain for themselves. And this story follows Nadia and Taras as they fight to survive after their mother is killed. I will show you what some of the illustrations look like. It's all black and white, so you get an idea of what that is. So I don't normally read graphic novels, but this is about a topic that I am really interested in. Next is a book that I talked about when I was introducing the Reading Across Canada 2023 challenge that I'll be doing next year. And Heritage House Publishing sent me this. This is Bloom Where You Are Planted, 50 Conversations with British Columbians. And this is by Beka Shane Denter. And I was hoping to receive this before January, since I am hoping to read it for the BC prompt in January. The 50 people in this book are all from British Columbia, and I think it fits the prompt of a book about nature because it is about human nature. Each person is interviewed about their success in their particular field, so I'm looking forward to getting to this as well. The next book I received from the author Craig Russell. Craig Russell sent me a copy of his book Black Bottle Man, a Fable. So if you are doing the Reading Across Canada 2023 challenge and you are doing it solely based on where the authors are from, then Craig Russell is from Manitoba, so it would fit for Manitoba. This is considered teen fiction, and what had me interested in it is this line. Forced to move every 12 days, what would happen to your life? And as many of you know, I am someone who has moved a lot, so that line really captured my attention. This story takes place in a small town in 1927, and it follows Rembrandt, who is the only child in this community. And this book just seems to have some really interesting concepts, so I'm looking forward to kind of getting into it and seeing how it all comes together. The book I want to share next is less than 100 pages, and it's a book in translation. Tea Ammo is by Hanne Orstavik. I hope I'm saying that right. And this is translated from, I think, the Norwegian, since the author is from Norway. And it's translated by Martin Aiken. This is a book about a couple, and the husband is diagnosed with cancer. It is about love and grief, and I think, although it is a novel, I think it mirrors the author's life, so I'm hoping that this will be a good read. Up next is a book that I've been wanting to read since I first heard about it, and that is the debut novel Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkerson. This is the first Book of the Month Club that I received because Book of the Month Club is now delivering to Canada. I was so excited about this since I've watched many other people choose their book of the month, or do a box opening of what they received, and I was always so bummed that they didn't come to Canada. So I received my first book, and then I realized that this is the newest and shiniest, and that for now, since I am trying to read off of my shelves in 2023, I'm having to put my subscription on hold, at least for a little bit. Anyway, so back to Black Cake. This book has had so much hype, and I'm hoping that it lives up to that hype. This is about a woman who dies and leaves behind a black cake and a recipe for that black cake, and a voice recording for her 2 children. And from the voice recording, the children will learn more about their mother and who they are as well. But that could either, bring them closer together or push them further apart. I'm excited to get to this one. Next up is another Canadian author, Scars and Stars by Jessie Thistle. This is a poetry collection that I would say in many ways is a companion or complementary collection to Jessie's memoir From the Ashes, which was and continues to be a huge success. I've already read this, and I will be talking more about it in my December wrap-up in just a few days, next week sometime. And then the last book that I hauled in December is one that I heard Greg from Supposedly Fun talk about on his channel. That was a while back now, but it's The Gifts of the Body by Rebecca Brown. And this is about a healthcare worker who looks after AIDS patients. And this is another really short read. It's really quick, probably less than 200 pages. And Greg spoke, less than 200 pages. He spoke very highly of it. And as I listened to him, I thought that it would be a good book to pair with another read that I have coming up in 2023. So I will share that pairing when I get done reading both of the books. So those are all of the books that I hauled in December. Please let me know if you have either read any of these or if you are interested in any of them. What are the last books that you hauled in 2023? I'd love to hear all about them. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and for those of you who celebrate, Merry Christmas to you and your families. I will be back with another tag video on Tuesday. Until then, don't forget to make every day an adventure.